Hi there, my name is Annette with Sunbeam Fabric Art. Welcome to my channel. Today I've got this cute little baby quilt to show you, and I made it completely with scraps of strips that I had in my stash. So this is a great little stash buster, a great little scrap buster. Come along with me and I'll show you what I did. I was throwing some ideas around for strips on my computer, and what I decided to make is this almost like a T shape with a 4" by 4" square in each corner, and then using strips to build out the rest of each quadrant of the square. My problem is that my stash has tons and tons of 2.5" strips that don't really go with anything else. I've got lots that were cut off of quilt backings. I've got lots that were fabric that I cut down. Maybe I found it at a garage sale and cut it down into 2.5" strips. I decided that I wasn't going to worry about color families, but just worry about lights and darks. I also had a bunch of leftover 2.5" strips from a package to use for sashing. I looked in my stash for some colors that I would like to be the middle of or the main feature on these blocks, and I ended up choosing this black and red flannel looking fabric. The first thing I did was cut 48 squares from the red and black fabric, measuring 4 inches squared. And then I just started grabbing lights and darks, and I cut 24 lights and 24 darks into a 4" strip. So to get started stitching these, I'm going to take half of my red squares, 24 of them, and I'm going to sew a light 4" strip to one side, and then the other 24 squares I will sew a dark 4" strip to the side. Once we get that done, we'll cut some more strips. Placing right sides together, I stitched 24 red squares with 24 light 4" strips, then stitched 24 more red squares with the dark 4" strip. Now I want to let you know you can use any width of strip. I just happen to be using 2.5" strips because I have so many of them. So checking my ruler, I need a 6" strip to add onto the side. That's because 4" square plus a 2.5" wide strip minus a 1/2" seam allowance equals 6 inches. So here you can see I am using my ruler. It's 6 inches wide. I'm cutting 48 dark 6" strips and 48 light 6" strips. But use any width you want to. If your strips are various widths, various lengths, just measure after each addition and you will be good to go. I meant to stitch dark here, but I stitched light, so you'll see I stop when I realize what I've done wrong and ripped out those first few, and I redid them so that the light is going to be on the right side. I wanted all the lights on one side and all the darks on the other. There's no rule that says you can't mix it up, but I just wanted to do it that way. Lights on one side, darks on a different side. Once I had the first set of 6" strips added to the side, then it was time to go back through again and put a 6" strip on the other side. So I'm keeping the light on one side of the block and the dark on the other side of the block. As I got farther into it, I went ahead and stacked up some of these blocks ahead of time. I wanted to make sure that I didn't get down to the end of the pile and have two of the exact same fabric next to each other. Now my blocks all have one 6-inch dark strip and one 6-inch light strip, and now the side that I need to cover is going to be 8 inches. So I stacked up lights and darks, and I used my little 8-inch ruler to cut a little bit longer than 8 inches. You'll see I did try to mix them up a little bit so they wouldn't all be the same shade in a row. Here you can see I've got the little blocks finger pressed flat, and I've got them matched up with which strip goes where. Once I got through all my 8-inch strips, I separated the chains and I finger pressed those seams flat. And now all that remains for me to do is to cut enough 10-inch strips. I don't need 2 on each block, I only need 1 on each block. Half of them will need to be dark and half of them will need to be light. So once again, I laid out lights and darks in strips on my cutting mat, and I cut off the right amount so that I would have at least a 10-inch strip. I cut these a little bit too long. I think I cut them around 11. I wasn't really paying close attention and I really wasn't that worried about it, but I've got half of my strips in the dark shades and half in the light. I stitched the light strips to the light side and the dark strips to the dark side. Once those blocks were finished, I actually went to the iron and I pressed all 48 blocks flat, and now it's time to trim the blocks. To trim these blocks, I put my red square in the lower left, then I lined up the edges of that original square on my 9.5-inch line on my ruler, trimmed off the right side, the top side, then I flipped the block around and trimmed off any other excess beyond the 9.5 inches. Next comes the fun of laying out my block. I'm going to make a giant block out of 4 of these smaller blocks, and I want my red squares to be on the outer corners. Once I got to the end of my blocks, laying them out in this way, I realized I had matching fabrics. I had 2 of each of the 10-inch strips. So I decided to go back through, rearrange them so that 2 matching strips would be opposite each other. And I'm going to have a total of 6 giant blocks. So I've got 3 of those with darks on the 10-inch strip, and 3 of those blocks will have light on the 10-inch strip. Now it's simply a matter of correctly stitching my 4 smaller blocks together, 2 by 2, and then stitching those 2s together to complete a giant block. And the only thing that has to match on these blocks when putting them together is where the 2 smaller blocks come together and join. Now I showed you the pile I have of 2.5-inch white strips at the beginning of the video, so I'm using that now, and I'm adding a strip to the right side of each of these giant blocks. I'm going to stitch my rows together, and then I'll make sure that I also have a little white strip on the left side of each row. So what I'm going to have are 2 rows. Each row will have 3 giant blocks, and it will all be bordered with this white 2.5-inch strip. When it came time to put the long rows together, I did use lots of clips. As it gets heavier, as any project gets heavier, it helps to have some clips or pins. Well, this little baby quilt turned out really cute. I'm so happy to share it with you. It was super easy to put together. My only problem is I still have a ton of 2.5-inch strips left. So stay tuned for more projects with these 2.5 strip stash. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I do hope to see you back again real soon.